Additional rounds of snow showers and squalls kicking in across the Bluegrass State, and that 7-day forecast still with a lot of winter in it just ahead.
With the winter blast once again hitting the area, the Compassionate Caravan will be out again tonight in Lexington.
Hollywood comes to Kentucky. Actress Jennifer Garner visiting Frankfort to talk to lawmakers about a cause close to her heart. Hear from her now at 4.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. Snow showers continue to push across the Bluegrass. Here's a live look at Rupp Arena in downtown Lexington, where thousands of UK fans will be headed for tonight's game against Georgia. And they'll need to bundle up. It's going to be a cold night. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has the latest on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Chris?
Yeah, temperatures really taking a dive out there this evening through tonight. Jennifer may wake up to readings close to 10 degrees in a few areas. We are still seeing the snow showers and squalls on our winter weather cams from across the entire region. Notice every cam showing snow on the ground across central and eastern Kentucky. Lexington area with snow showers and squalls that are beginning to kick back in right now. We look out across the Hamburg Pavilion, and indeed you see those flakes that are flying. A little earlier we were losing the visibility with one of those heavier bursts of snow. 23 degrees right now. Look at the feels like number. Feels like 11 degrees outside. Absolutely frigid on a gusty wind coming at us at 13 miles an hour. Winter weather advisory continues for the entire area. Northwesterly winds are just now really beginning to kick in. That's usually now when we start to see these snow showers across eastern Kentucky beginning to build back to the northwest as the air kind of piles up along the western facing slopes of the Appalachian Mountains, especially those northwestern facing slopes. And we're seeing more in the way of snow showers and squalls diving in from the Indianapolis area. And we have a couple of systems that we're tracking, one across the region now, another in the southern Great Lakes that'll dive in here tonight. Moral of the story, that means additional rounds of snow showers and squalls will take us into the day tomorrow. With a light accumulation, some areas may pick up another inch or two before all this wraps up. Watch for slick spots on roads, and Jennifer already keeping a close eye on the weekend. Get a clipper on Friday and maybe a more important storm system that I'm tracking for Valentine's Day and beyond. 7-day forecast with a lot of winter when I come back in 15 minutes.
We'll see you then, Chris. And with temperatures dropping, volunteers are preparing to help the homeless. The Compassionate Caravan will be out in Lexington tonight. Hillary Thornton tells us how it could be out in the cold, making sure people stay warm. It's our top story at 4.
Volunteers with Compassionate Caravan are once again gearing up to head out and help those without a warm place to stay. As they load up to hit the streets again, volunteers say they are overwhelmed with the support from the community so far this winter. Organizer Jenny Ramsey says she cannot remember a time ever before seeing as many donations as they've received in the past month. And she says their new tip line, letting volunteers know where those in need are, has received more than 1,700 calls. Actions that Ramsey says show the community truly cares for the homeless. The group, they will work to give rides to shelters tonight and provide cold weather gear for those who do not want to come inside. She says it is a population here in Lexington that they are seeing both an increase in age and also those with disabilities.
To see men and women in their 60s and 70s on the streets is heartbreaking. This is the United States of America, and you know, we don't want our elderly who should be revered to be left out in the cold.
The Compassionate Caravan is set to head out for a couple of hours this evening, starting at 6 o'clock. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
For information on how you can help, including the number for the tip line, visit our website, WKYT.com. More than 100 school districts decided to call off or delay classes today, but Fayette County wasn't one of them. That's because most of the main roads in Lexington are in good shape. Road crews began plowing and treating the roads at 8 last night, and they worked on neighborhood streets this morning. The Lexington Police Department says from midnight until 8 this morning, there were 6 non-injury crashes and 1 crash with injuries. Well, the snowy weather sent some drivers slipping and sliding in southern Kentucky. One of the problem spots this morning included Echo Valley Road between London and Corbin. While there isn't a great deal of snow or ice, deputies say drivers still need to be careful.
We've had numerous traffic crashes on these side roads. We've had at least one on the interstate, but most of our crashes are occurring on the county roads, some of them that's been scraped but still got slick spots. And what's happening is people are driving along at speed limits and they're hitting slick spots and they're running into the ditch.
Police say they don't have any reports of injuries. Remember, you can track snow along with the latest traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. Actress Jennifer Garner is in Kentucky today asking lawmakers to spend $1 million on an early childhood education program. The star of the TV show Alias and movies including Juno and Dallas Buyers Club testified before the House Budget Committee in Frankfort on behalf of Save the Children. Garner said the program works well in Kentucky, helping young children prepare for school by focusing on low-income families that often don't have access to resources such as books and educators. The West Virginia native says she's so invested in education here because she grew up in Appalachia.
When I finished first grade, friends of mine stayed behind, and when I finished third grade, they were still in first grade and they disappeared and I never saw them again.
Tomorrow, Jennifer Garner plans to visit Manchester Elementary in Clay County to meet with some of the students benefiting from Save the Children. We'll have more on her visit to Frankfort on WKYT News at 5:30. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott joins us from the newsroom with some more of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. Investigators in Estill County think they are closer to finding the source of a salmonella outbreak. The health department says some 49 people could have salmonella. 8 people have been hospitalized. Last week, officials said 19 people who tested positive for the illness all ate at the same restaurant. The health department says that business has voluntarily closed for inspection. They won't name the restaurant, but say that their inspection did not reveal any food handling violations. Tonight, we're talking to the owner of that restaurant about why he voluntarily decided to close. You're going to hear from him coming up on WKYT. It is the interview that everyone is talking about. Katina Powell, the woman at the center of a scandal at the University of Louisville, was a guest on Kentucky Sports Radio this morning with Matt Jones. She says she believes Coach Rick Pitino knew about the parties she claims were happening in the residence hall. TV cameras were not allowed in, but Jones streamed the interview on Periscope. Powell told him between 2010 and 2014, she and other women went to Minardi Hall to strip for players and recruits. Last week, the university announced a self-imposed ban on this year's postseason. Powell said she feels bad for the 2 seniors who won't get a shot at the tournament.
I feel like a lot of people were punished that were innocent for what?
Meaning who?
Meaning these 2 guys that they're saying. Well,
so like what, Damian Lee and Trey Lewis not playing the tournament, that bothers you?
Yes, it does.
Why does it bother you? Because they didn't do anything.
They did nothing. I didn't know of those guys. They had nothing to do with this. They had nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Pitino has denied that he had any knowledge of what Powell says was going on. Let's look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. 22nd ranked Kentucky is coming off a big win over Florida and looking for another one tonight. The Cats face the Georgia Bulldogs. They're 1 win behind UK in the SEC. Rob Bromley has a preview in our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hello, Jennifer. The Cats with a quick turnaround from Saturday. Georgia in town tonight for a late tip in Rupp Arena. Georgia stands 6-4 in the SEC. 2 of the wins are over Missouri, but the Dogs come in with back-to-back victories over South Carolina and Auburn. Mark Fox's team has a little different look this year, playing 3 guards.
They're always really solid. They really execute offensively how he wants to play. A little bit more of a pattern-type team with reads off of certain plays. I think the difference this year on this year's team as opposed to the last couple of years is that they don't have that 4-man that can step out like a Jurisic did last year that was a threat from 3. So the ball's in the hands of their guards a lot.
And as I said, a late tip tonight, Kentucky and Georgia, 9 o'clock on ESPN. And we don't know if Alex Poythress will play tonight or not. He is day-to-day after his knee swelled over the weekend. John Calipari said he did not practice Monday after John Robick had said he thought he would play earlier in the day yesterday. But that's the latest we know on Alex.
Thank you, Rob. The Cats are tied for 2nd in the SEC race right now. They are 1 game behind LSU. Stocks turning lower as oil plunges 5%. The Dow down 13 points to close at 16,014. The Nasdaq lost 15. The stock market has been up and down all year, with experts throwing around terms like bull market and bear market. But what exactly do they mean, and how do they affect you? Diane Gallagher explains.
Bull market, bear market, these are words that are tossed around all the time, but what exactly do they mean, and do they really have anything to do with you? Simply put, a bull market is trending up, a bear market is trending down. Now, we've been living in a mostly bull market for at least the past 5 years, so in order for it to switch, we need to see a 20% dip from the highest point of last year.
Usually, market turmoil doesn't cause a recession, but it can predict a recession, and I think that's what everyone's grappling with right now.
And 2016 has been pretty rough so far.
The market is off to a terrible start in 2016. All three major indexes are down.
A major culprit? That cheap gas you've been enjoying. The energy sector stocks have been suffering because of the free-falling price of oil.
Energy companies have really been taken to the woodshed, to put it bluntly. You have pretty much every major oil company is down.
So if you want to keep that good feeling you're getting from filling your gas tank without emptying your wallet, you might want to avoid looking at your 401k right now.
You never want to be checking it on a day-to-day basis. That's when emotions start to get involved and you may make the wrong decisions. Assuming you're not that close to retirement, sit this out, don't sweat it.
In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Google is using its powerful ads as a weapon against terrorism. The company is announcing a pilot program to show users anti-radicalization advertisements if they key in a terrorism-related search. Google, Facebook, and Twitter are all under pressure to monitor extremist activity on their sites. Starbucks is brewing up 3 special chocolate drinks in honor of Valentine's Day: a molten chocolate latte, a chocolate frappuccino, and a molten hot chocolate. All 3 are available through February 14th. It's time for Better Living, health education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Researchers say criticism from parents may play a role in attention deficit disorder symptoms in children. That's according to new research from the American Psychological Association. Scientists tracking hundreds of families found ADHD symptoms were persistent in children with harshly critical and overprotective parents. Children and teenagers today are often on phones using apps like Snapchat and Kik to talk to friends or maybe people posing as friends. Some of the apps are foreign to many adults, and not knowing what they are could put your child's safety at risk. Some children are sending inappropriate photos, talking to strangers, or bullying others. The only way to keep children safe is to know what they're doing.
As a parent, you have to go investigate. Google's our, maybe your best friend, trying to find different resources that are out there.
Police say parents should never hesitate to check their child's phone. It's an app that both you and your pet will benefit from. If you need a dog walker, the app will fetch you one. Jamie Yuccas reports.
Reptar is an energetic, lovable mutt.
She's probably the most loyal dog I've ever had.
Julian Lepresti considers her a big part of his family, but for much of the day, he's stuck here at his New York City office.
You're leaving your apartment at 7 a.m., and sometimes you don't get back till 7 p.m., 8 p.m. It's not fair to the dog to leave them in the apartment for that long.
That's why he downloaded WAG, an on-demand dog walking app. With the push of a button, he can hire a dog walker to go to his apartment. On this day, Eleanor Clow got the job. WAG users are given a lockbox so the dog walker can get inside. It costs $10 for a potty break or up to $30 for a 1-hour deluxe walk.
Once they start the walk, you get a notification. You can follow them on GPS, and that tells you what happened during the walk.
Dog walking is a growing industry, bringing in some $900 million a year.
Other apps like Swifto and Zingy recently launched as well. WAG's New York City manager, Matthew Kinzel, says the company puts walkers through a background check.
There is actually a very thorough vetting process for all WAG walkers. We hire less than 1% of the walkers that apply.
Good girl. Clow is a college student. She can pick and choose her own schedule, making money on each walk she accepts.
If I'm, wanting to buy like a new pair of shoes, take on like 20 walks in a day.
It's a lot of security. It's knowing that the dog's taken care of.
Less stress for both the dog owner and his best friend. Jamie Yuccas, CBS News, New York.